Good morning, everybody. Beautiful sunny morning. Today feels like a day that I should just get out, do some detecting, and relax. I don't want to put any pressure on myself that I have to find stuff. Yeah, I'm going to go for silver coins, as always. But you know what? We're going to explore a couple new places in town that I've never been, a couple of baseball fields, older parks. And let's just see what's there. Probably lots of junk, but I'm going to take my time with no expectations and enjoy my hobby today. That's it. Just enjoy the outing. That's the whole point of today. Come join me if you want. All right, here we are, guys, at a field I've never tried before. I'm not sure of the age of this one, but I'm sure we'll find some coins which will date it, and who knows what else will be here. So let's check it out. Remember, no expectations. All right, there's the first 10 holes. When you're digging in the trashy park, this is pretty typical. We got some beer cans, an older can, that's a fruit cup, bottle tops, top off of like a milk drink or something. 1 penny, 2004, and another piece of folded up aluminum. So those were all good signals ringing up. You know, could have been something interesting, but that's trash park life right there. Nobody's ever detected here. I literally got all this stuff out of like a 5-foot square area. So I mean, there's field here that goes on for days, but you would spend a whole summer digging trash like this. So I don't think this park is that old. I couldn't find anything online. I think I'm gonna just move to a different park just because it's hot and I have no expectations today. I'm just out for fun and I feel like moving. So 10 holes down, kind of got a feeling for this place. Trash pit. You know, it does feel good to spend 15 minutes and take all of that garbage out of the ground. I'll throw that over there, right there where it belongs, and we'll move on. Weird. I think I found a government hidden secret facility. So online it showed there being a park on this lot right here. And I'm like, I've never been up there. I don't know. I pull up and there's a building, so no. I don't know what it is. There's no signs on it. It's like got a barbed wire fence running across the top of it. We're gonna get out of here before we find out what it is. Moving on. All right, so that change of plans kind of threw me for a little loop, but this field here we've done a couple of times, and I did find a 1907 Edward quarter. So I mean, there's the possibility of old silver in here. Lots of trash as well, but let's just give it a go. Okay, we're actually going to switch from the Mine Lab, which we used this morning. We're going to switch over to Simplex and maybe get some coffee pocket change. We'll see. We'll try it. First hole, part of a carabiner. Hey, now there is an old 4-hole button. That's an underwear button. That's old. Iron. That could be 1940s or earlier. Like I said, there's a chance we could find old stuff at this school. I just want to sit here in the shade for a minute and talk detectors, because right now I'm using the Simplex. I still own the old AT Pro, the Garrett, which I don't use anymore. Mostly because it's quite a heavy machine and it's a little bit archaic. I mean, it will find anything and everything under the sun. You got to dig it all. But the system on it is the VDI numbers and noise. I mean, it rings up tin foil, it rings up little pieces of wire. All of those things ring up as coins. Very similar to the Simplex, in effect, guys. I was looking, and so the Simplex you can get with the headset pack and everything is $300 some at the end of the season. We did it last year, $340 I think it was, plus tax, free shipping, blah, blah, blah. That is hands down the best machine I think you can get for the price. They're still selling the original Garrett AT Pro International for $700 and some. I don't get it. That machine just doesn't compare to these new machines. You know, the new breed, the last few years since the Equinox 600 and 800 came out, those to me are the best machines I've ever used. Yeah, they cost a little bit more. There is something I like about this Simplex that I don't like as much about the Equinox, believe it or not. I find the Simplex, the separation in a trashy area is just better. Hands down, You can pick out those little tiny coin signals, and I can pinpoint it. I can pinpoint things much easier, exactly where the item is. Guys are always asking me the best starter machine. I still think that it's the Nocta Macro Simplex, okay, for starters. Waterproof, yada yada. We've been over all the benefits of that machine for $300. It's a dig-it-all machine. I find that the numbers, the visual display numbers, are not as accurate as the old Macro Cruiser that I had, but that was an $1,100 machine. John is swinging his third or fourth Macro Cruiser. He loves that machine. And I do find that the VDI was a little bit more precise. This one on pennies, it can have a 10 number difference on pennies, not on one penny, but on various pennies, right? Depending on the year and whatnot. I mean, yeah, anything 20 and above, you know, is a coin pretty much, just by the size of it and whatever. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling, but it's nice to sit in the shade. It's very hot out. I'm looking again, right? We've been talking about buying possibly the Legend, but I find that it's a knockoff of the Equinox machine, and it will not find Canadian clad. So I'm really interested in the new Manticore, Minelab Manticore that's coming out. But again, I've got to see what this thing can do. They keep talking about more power. I don't need more power. You know, I can already go down 2 feet. On coin-sized items with the Equinox, I can go down 20 inches. Okay, on a quarter, you will get that signal. I don't need to go any deeper, so I don't need more power. What I need is more discrimination, a better visual display, a better tone system that is more accurate. That's what I would be willing to upgrade and pay $1,700 plus tax for in a new machine. The Deus 2 is another one. I don't know. I hear raving good things about it. Finally, they made the machine waterproof. Why wouldn't you? Who's going to pay thousands of dollars for a machine that's not waterproof? So I can't talk on that one because I've never used one. But I think I've narrowed it down, guys. Maybe next season, I think we're going to go and bite the bullet on a new machine. Either the Manticore or the Deus 2. If you guys have any input down below, you know, what are your comments? What are your thoughts on those two machines? And really, Gary doesn't need to upgrade. My machine's fine, everything, you know, but it is nice to have a new toy for a new season to give you that drive to get back out there and explore. And after almost 4 years of owning the Equinox, I would hope that the technology is that much better. What I would hope for in a machine like that or the Deus is we're going to get any coins, okay, even Canadian clad. I'm hoping that the electromagnetic interference is much better handled so I can work under power lines and things. I can't do that with the Equinox right now or the Simplex. The Simplex doesn't even get along with my pinpointer, right? When I turn the F-pulse on, it goes nuts. So every time I set the Simplex down, I have to mute it while I'm digging the hole. So it's more work. These are all little minor annoyances to guys. You know, I have to consider myself pretty much an expert at this point after 6 years and all the machines we've used. And I mean, thousands of hours digging, guys. I mean, if I'm not an expert, I don't know who is. You know, yes, there are little tweaks and things that guys do that maybe I'm not aware of and whatever, but I do play with all the settings on my machines. I do set them up so that I think I'm getting the best performance out of them. And I think it's time maybe for an upgrade just to keep me interested in the hobby. But it has to check a few boxes to make it worthwhile. I'm not going to just drop 1,700 bucks. So here's something you don't get with the Equinox. This was ringing up as a coin, 70 on the Simplex. A little piece of tin foil, old, crusty, hard. But look, it doesn't even show up on the pinpointer. I couldn't find it. Finally, I saw it with my eye. Well, there's the next 10, so not very exciting. You know, part of a pencil, carabiner, some nails, some wire, an old zip pull. So as I say, guys, the Simplex and the old Garrett AT Pro, these are dig-it-all machines, okay? They're just not accurate enough on the display. And so if you want to get the best out of what's out there on the ground and see what everything is, because, I mean, there's a huge overlap between a 70 piece of tin foil and a gold ring. They can ring up the exact same. Pull tabs ring up the same. And I'm not a dig-it-all guy, so that's another consideration that has to go into Gary's next machine, because I'm a cherry picker. If I can fine-tune my machine just to, you know, coins and above, and 90% of what I'm digging is not a rusty old nail that's ringing up, like a coin, then I'm happy. And that's where I'm at with the Equinox. It works, but could I buy a machine that's even better? I don't know. So anyway, I'm done for now. It's hot out. Let's go see what Stan's doing.
This is obviously a rock embedded in it, like melted right in or whatever, formed around.
Yeah, there's some kind of inclusion right here.
Yeah.
But I saw somewhere, it looked almost like a nail. Where was it?
Right here.
Okay, so if you look right there, guys, where my thumb, the top of my thumb, it almost looks like a nail in there. It's kind of rust colored. And that would definitely be slag. It's very heavy. If there is iron pieces in there, then obviously that's what it would be, but...
The book describes magma as dull compared to glassy for slag.
Yeah, and it's definitely dull.
And this is dull. So let's break it and see what happens.
We're gonna hammer this out and see if there's a nail in there. We're debating whether or not to go back. If it's magma, that's a cool find. We should go back and find some more, but... See, I definitely see right there is where the piece was inside there. We should have thought that through a little better, Stan. So the pieces all flew off here in the grass, and the nail or whatever that was, we can't find it, so we can't verify. So we're still left with the question of what this thing is. Some of Stan's garden instruments, the old farming stuff that we pull out of the ground or fields or... I should have gave you guys a tour. He showed me all his gardens in the back earlier and all the different teas and stuff that he's making. He's gonna save his prostate, or so he says.
Yes.
What? Oh, now he's gonna get the. What do you got, Stan?
This is
You need something for your memory, not your prostate. You told me what it was 5 minutes ago.
Oh my God.
What's this one?
This is holy basil.
Holy basil.
Sweet smell, makes awesome tea. Good for what ails you.
That was nettles, wasn't it?
This is nettles. Nettle seed, superfood. And the roots are used for prostate. And, you know, more prostate's awesome. And this is mustard seed, to make your own mustard. You see the seeds coming out?
Yep.
And then you just take...
Now that's dedication, dude, when you're going to make your own mustard.
Yeah. You take the seeds, you grind them up, make a paste, put in vinegar and whatever other things you want to do, and you can make your own awesome Dijon.
Nice.
Really cool.